Hey guys, Bryce here. Got this sick Jeep, belongs to my buddy Joe. This thing's a 2019 Jeep JL. It's one we built when it was brand new. He put about 2,000 street miles on it while he waited, a little bit off-road, but waited until he actually had axles, shocks, and some of the body components, fenders. But this is a Jeep we took and stretched the wheelbase. We pushed the front forward a little bit, pushed the rear back a little bit. It is hard to do with packaging. I mean, we didn't push that axle a lot forward, but you know, with the long arm suspension, it's adjustable, allowed us to push as far forward as we could get. This thing's sitting on 40-inch tall tires. It's got King 2.5 coilovers front and rear with their 2.5-inch bump stops. It's got a Dynatrac Pro Rock XD 60 setup front and rear. It's got the 1550 U-joints and all custom 3-link suspension built by Dixie 4-wheel drive. It's got a PSC Ram Assist steering and definitely good axle combination. He has 538 ARBs and 538 gear ratio with ARB air locking differentials. He's got the Raceline 17-inch forged, I believe it's called the Rhino beadlock, but super sick wheel. He's went with the Goodyear MTRs. They're one of the lightest tires, and that's what he was originally going for. So aluminum bumpers, aluminum fenders, steel rock sliders. Man, at the time we built this, we should have just built custom sliders. It's probably like the only thing I'm kind of bummed on his Jeep about is just we went with those ones. They were available, and they're a decent slider. They've held up all right, but there just wasn't a lot of options on a 2-door. So custom corner guard all the way back. If you notice, the rear axle's been pushed backwards, and we took Next Venture's 4-door corner guard and then mated it here, and then obviously had it extended. So we added it and made it our own corner guard because this wheel well used to come all the way up here, you know what I mean, and now got pushed back. So we gained some body. So to make it aesthetically right, whole new corner guard went on. Plus, it's fully welded. So when you're actually out rock crawling and you push in on it, the theory is if you're scrubbing it or roughing it a little bit, attach that corner guard, spreading the load out, should do a good job. So it's got the Genright aluminum front and rear bumpers like I mentioned before with their rock rash. So all paint match. So looks clean, classy. Troy's Custom painted it all back when we did it. They're a local company, good paint shop. It's got the Moto built fuel cell. So with the Moto built fuel cell, we pushed that rear axle back as far as we could get it. It's as far back as it would work without any clearance issues. So we were able to put the shock still in the same spot, cut the factory tower out, and cut the body a little bit. I'll show you that on the inside. But Next Venture tail lights, paint matched, of course, to give it that sleek stingray look from front to back. Terraflex tire carrier, 40-inch tire. Modified the plate a little bit to allow it to all work together. So there is the cut for the coilover tower on both sides. So again, we didn't trust just doing a bolt-on coilover to the bottom of that. And we also wanted to move that shock mount up. So notice that shock mount's up way high where a factory one would be down here, or like someone's bolt-on like Evo or Rebel would have a bolt-on hanging down shock mount. Even when they try to tuck it up more, they're still in the neighborhood of a couple inches down. So we allowed it to pull everything up. Control arm does hang down, trying to give it a little bit less anti-squat when it's there. It is full tummy tucked, so there's a lot going on there, and some anti-squats in that as well. So obviously new breather, new spot for the fuel fill. So no fuel door, but a full-size fuel door didn't even really want to fit there with the stretched corner guard and fender flare. Again, the rock sliders are there. You know, they have the step built into it. It's got a 70-75 skid plate and 70-75 solid aluminum links. It has some summit joints, and then there is one Johnny joint just because of size of where the larger billet flex joint just wouldn't fit. Like I said before, it's got that Dynatrac, low pinion rear 60, double 4-link, rear tummy tuck, custom 3-link all by Dixie 4-wheel drive. So it's nice Jeep. Willys editions come with the black grille, so kind of different there. Warren VR winch, and then the Factor 55 goodies up front. But yeah, nacho lights, which lights that we put on after. That was one of the things we didn't do in the original build. It's a clean 2-door, just seat covers on the front. Pretty simple, like I showed you in the back. Nice and simple. Aux 1 is the sway bar disconnect. It's got a Air Evo, it's got the Rubicon sway bar, but upgraded to the Air disconnect. Aux 2 is the compressor. Aux 4 is the rear locker, and 3 is the front, kind of picturing it if that laid down like that. It's got 2 of the switches here for the 2 rock lights, or I mean the nacho lights, the A-pillars, and the front bumper lights. It's got that sand hollow sand in it. But yeah, 11,626 miles on it. So sick Jeep, PSC. This was a 3.6 e-torque, which PSC does not have a kit for. So we had to make decisions. And Joe really wanted to put a V8 in it. And that's what he did. But it wasn't the original plan. We just kind of ended up dominoing with the not being able to do PSC, the e-torque battery that we wanted to get rid of in the back. There's that PSC reservoir. 6.4 Hemi crate engine. A little bit dirty under here. Air filter's clean. But yeah, lockers, solenoids right there. But 6.4 Hemi, runs good. It's a, you know, it's a, I would say a pretty zippy little Jeep, you know. 2-door, drives good, one hand on the wheel. When we first did it, we had anti-rocks front and rear. We ended up going to a Rubicon sway bar with the Evo disconnect, and it just made the drivability of it so much better as far as that go. It's got the ram mounts up on top. It's got the Stinger radio. So, yeah. Freaking nice Jeep though. I love it. It's a good Jeep. We're up above St. George. Just a cool little spot. Give you a little sound of that motor. Some of that St. George sunset. So, pretty awesome. So, well, thanks for joining me on the walk around of this sweet Jeep.